Chosin Yeshuos, the strength of redemptions. Al derech Hoshieni v'Vehaya, Shukei Lashon, similar to the pasuk, redeem me and I will be saved, which is a double language. Elaha inyan al derech. So Chosin is also like redemption, a saving. It's like Hoshieni v'Vehaya, Chosin Yeshuos. Elaha inyan al derech mashakasu b'rabos pashas b'shalach. So why is this double language? So it says in Midrash Rabba B'Shalach Kol Hashirus Shenemru Him B'Lashon Nekeva Ki Isha Sheyoledes, that all of the songs that are said they're in the feminine, like a woman who's giving birth, and then gets pregnant. But in the redemption, the time to come, you'll have a saving that does not have pregnancy or an exile afterwards. That is a strength of saving. And that's the concept of redeeming, and I will be redeemed, meaning completely redeemed, with no exile after. So in the service of Hashem, that you'll have an elevation without a descent afterwards. Chochmas v'das nispor li'il, and Chochmas v'das was explained before. Yiras Hashem hi otzaro, when the end of the pasuk, that the fear of Hashem is its storehouse, his storehouse. B'Vehaya sof pashas kisavo. So what's this storehouse? It's brought in Vehaya. Ha'otzar shel hamelech davka memash mekabetz. It's the storehouse of the king, specifically that which he gathers. V'chein hayira eina b'yedei shemayim. So to the concept of fear is not in the hands of heaven. L'kach yikara ena otzar chulu. That's why it's called the storehouse. And the intention is ki bitla yesh zeu tachlis habriya kenoda, that nullifying the existence is the purpose of creation, as is known in Yitzchok asali elukimchu, with the concept of what Avram said, that Hashem Elokim made a tzchok for me, meaning nullifying the Elokim. That's the joy in creation. That from the Elokim, from the hiding, there's a tzchok because of the bittul and nevoda with it. And great are the acts of the righteous in the Mamar Baim Yashrish. Gam Emunas Itecha ze seder zraim zorei tzedakos chulu. So too, the strength of your times, that's the order of zraim, which is similarly the concept of planting tzedakah, razriya dafka ba'aretz. And what do you mean the planting? The planting specifically on the earth, which is the concept of the woman who's the fear of Hashem. So gedoli ma'asid tzedikim and ma'aseh shemayim ba'aretz, that he brought before, similarly could be a concept of the heavens and the earth, where you have the interactions of the heaven with the earth, which is like a yichud zachar v'nukva. Similarly, it's the concentration on the earth. And lashon nekeva, which we're talking about here with the song, that the songs are lashon nekeva, in the bureau of nukva. Yesh perush al yidei emunas itecha shisha study sidrei mishnah hayidei zeh yavali yiras Hashem. So the concept of the otzar, so the feminine concept is the woman's compared to an otzar. So otzar shel yiras Hashem, meaning that it's so that's the parish of the pasuk, of the end of the pasuk, yiras Hashem yotzaro, that it's all to elevate the concept of the feminine shira, the otzar, the earth, which is all this concept. Or there's another perush that Emunas Itecha, the Shisa Sidrei Mishnah, that brings you to Yiras Hashem. V'shneihem memes, and both these explanations are true. Kim ein yira ein chochma, because if you don't have fear, you don't have wisdom. V'im ein chochma ein yira chulu. And if you don't have chochma, you don't have fear. All that is according to the Radak and Emunas Itecha. So I guess the concept of Chochma is the Bitl Hayesh, the first explanation of the Radak. So now V'yesh Raval Bitl Perush Rashi. However, Rashi's Perush is Emunas Itecha Zeu HaMitzvos Atloim B'Zra'im Moed. That refers to how trustworthy you were in doing the mitzvahs that are dependent upon time, meaning Zra'im and Moed. V'ini Amar Rizal Pasuk V'Yizra Yitzchak Ba'aretz Hahi. Now our sages said on how Yitzchak planted on that land, Ein Zriya Elat Staka, that that sowing of seeds refers to charity. Gam Amru Rizal b'Medresh Parsha Bot Parsha Tezvav Avraham Yischil Lahayir. So to our sages said in Rabba's boat that Avraham began to shine. Shneimar mi he'ir mimizrach, like it says, who shine from the east. By Yitzchak ve'he'ir, Yitzchak came and also shined. Shneimar v'yizra Yitzchak, like it says that Yitzchak planted. Ruksiv or zaru ala tzaddik chulu, and the verse says a light is planted to a tzaddik. So his planting is compared to a light that's sown, that he started to shine. And that is just like on the earth, there's this strength to sprout forth something from nothing. You look at the end of the Perakaf in Tanya in Yigaras HaKodesh, where it talks about the Korach Latzmiach Yesh Ma'ayin. Specifically in the earth, it's miskala, this idea of this ability, how the Kelim are also elokus. So too, in the supernal land, this is the mitzvah, to do in the land, on the earth. Why to do in the earth? To do in the land, because the land has this ability of koach yesh ma'ayin. That's why this idea of shining, of a light, comes from planting in the earth, of via Yizra Yitzchak. And that's the idea of the pasuk, that the earth should bring forth desha, grass and greenery. Meaning agiloi from the mitzvos. Which is that it's connected. It corresponds with, you should remember the Shabbos day. That it's the supernal union, that's tzaddik, which is the supernal, which is the foundation of the world, the concept of the Sfiras HaYesod, Moshech, or it draws down the light Zarua that's sown, Zoru Ba'aretz Elyon, and sows it in the supernal land. So the concept of the earth giving forth greenery is from the concept of the so to speak birth of the earth, from the sowing of the seeds of the union of the Or Zarua of the tzaddik. And through this you have the sprouting forth, that the revelation should also be in the lower worlds of B'yitzir Asiyah, as they are above. Kamo shekaz b'likuti Torah b'shir hashirim b'dibur hamaschil shishim yimachulu achasiyon asichulu. V'efshar lomar inyan smicha b'or zeu v'haya or alavana korachama chulu. We can say that the sprouting of light, that's the concept of the light of the moon will be like the light of the sun. We're saying that we're sprouting light, that the light of the moon is a light that's reflected. It's from the concept of the feminine, that it'll be like the light of the sun. That's the masculine, the giving of the mashpia, shiva saim korchulu. The light of the sun, that's 7 times like the light of the 7 days. And that's that the sprouting is the strength of savings. Shu inyan shin ein horin. And again, this is all according to Pirush Rashi, that we're talking about the mitzvos, planting in the land and so forth. So that's the Emunas Itecha. But the chosin yeshus that comes from that are this 370 lights of Keser Kishiva Saim, because 7 times Ohr Zehu Ohr Zayin Ayamim Hainu Shin Gimel Pamim. It comes out to 343 times. Or Shniver B'Yom Rishon, like the light that was created in the first day. Kedei Pirush Rashi B'Psachim Perek Vav Daf Samech Ches Amud Aleph. Vimzach Osios Torah, and if you add to that the 27 letters of the Torah, including the Menatzpach doubled letters, Hu Shinai Nahorin, so that comes out to Shemem Gimel and Zach is 370 lights. So that's Itecha becoming Chosin Yeshuos. So that's Zayin Hayamim Shivasayim with the Torah. So the world, the Gilui of creation and the Gilui of the Torah. Vaya Mashakazu B'Pirush V'Kova Yeshua B'Rosho, and look what's brought an explanation of, and a helmet of saving on his head, which is also a concept of Shenai Nahorin. V'Medr Shabbat Truma Reish Parsha Lamed Hey V'Hei Chan Ganzo B'Gan Eden. And so it says there, where did he hide it? Where did he hide this light that was created in the first day? In Gan Eden, Shenemar or Zaru ala Tzadik Chula, like it says, a light planted for Tzadik. Where was the light planted? In Gan Eden. For the Tzadikim, Lasid Lava. V'chein Kazuv Od, B'Medrash Rabba Parsha Shmini, Parsha Yudalef, Tav Kufayin Zayin Dalet. For Gan Eden, Hainu Kemoshi Kazuv Basi, Legani Echosi Kala. And the Garden of Eden is like it says, I came to my garden when I'm attached to my bride. Malchus Tatzilus Sha'or Zarua B'Yesod Nukva. And this refers to Malchus of Atzilus, that the light is planted, is sown in the feminine Yesod. That's Gan Eden, planting in Gan Eden. And the sprouting will be the revelation and the revival of the dead. Like it's brought in the pasuk that Yaakov taking root and Yisrael sprouting forth. Tenuva, a produce. So that's the concept of Tchias HaMesim through the Zuriya, so the mitzvos that are Bechinas Yaakov. So the sprouting forth is the concept of Yisrael. B'Medrash Rabbah, so if Pasha Shlach or Zaru Azeu Torah, it says that the light that's sown, that's the Torah. V'hainu ki biyom chasunaso zu matan Torah, because on the day of his wedding, that's the giving of the Torah. Kamar tipa chulu, like the drop that's sown. So that's why the light that's sown for the tzaddik is the concept of the Torah, because the Torah is the concept of a chasana. Zarua al yidei or maim rakia, and it's sown through the concept of Omer, like Yabia Omer, which is the Rashi Tevos, light and water and the firmament. That's Micha Giloi Taime Torah Lasilavo, and so if that's the sowing of the seed of the union, so the sprouting forth, the birth, and the revelation, it's the concept of the secrets of the Torah, the reasons for the Torah in the time to come. So if you sow the Torah to plant it, so it sprouts forth, it flowers forth afterwards in the time to come. And this explanation of, and it'll be your belief, or the strength of, we can see al derech Vehaya li lelokim, that Havaya will be for me as an Elokim. כמו שכתוב במדרש רבה, פרשת ויצא, פרשת עין, נטל שיחסן של אבוס, ועשן מפתח לגאולסן של בנים. It says that he took the speech of the fathers and made them a key for the redemption of his children. Shekol hanechamos nemru b'lashon Vehaya, and that all the comforting prophecies were said in the language of, and it was, or it will be, Vaya bayomahu, and it will be in that day, Yitzu mayim chaim chulu, living waters will come out of Yerushalayim, and so forth. Vehaya, it says, like it says in the Torah on the Mamar, and it will be in Vehaya, on that day will be Taka b'shofar gadol, will be blown a great shofar. Emunas Itecha, similarly here it says Vehaya Emunas. So the parish is Vehaya Emunas Itecha, the word Vehaya at the beginning, that's what we're Dorosh here. So it says Vehaya Havaya Lilelokim, it's like the concept of Vehaya, a yichud of Havaya as an Elokim, or Lasi Lava, or an elevation of Elokim to the level of Havaya. So that's why it says Vehaya Emunas Itecha, because it refers Lasid Lavo, like we just brought these psukim. And similarly, and it will be Vehaya, the strength of your times, a strength of saving and so forth. Gam Yishlomar Zrias Or Ki Ner Mitzvah. We can also say the concept of planting light, because a candle is a mitzvah. So the candle is this, the light of the candle of the mitzvah is the sowing of the light. Vatzmicha giloi avuka. So if that's the light that's sown, so what's the sprouting of the light? It's revelation of like a torch. That the righteous in comparison to the divine presence are like a candle of a mitzvah in comparison to a torch, a large flame. So the light that's sown sprouts forth the avuka. And so the sprouting forth is similar to the idea of the 370 lights that we mentioned before. That will be Lasi Lavo. It's similar to the light that sprouts forth from the light that's sown. Fine, Masha Kazavel Pasuk Tzadik Bemunas Yechya, Shamru Razal B'Medrash B'Koheles, Tav Tzadik Aleph Amud Aleph Al Pasuk Ma Yisur Na'oseh Afilu Tzadik Chayolamim, Memunasu Chayachulu. So look what's brought on the verse that Tzadik, in his belief, he enlivens where he lives. That it's brought in Medrash Koheles. What's the greatness of the one who does? That even the tzaddik, which is the life of the worlds, lives from his belief. V'yarog Hashem kol b'chor beretz Mitzrayim. And it says that Hashem killed all firstborn in the land of Mitzrayim. And then it says, sanctify me, all firstborn. So I guess it's juxtapositioning the death of the firstborn of Mitzrayim to the firstborn of Israel that gets made holy instead, that the Emuna gives them life. That first he believed, there's a belief to the souls of Israel, and he redeems them. And afterwards, they add strength, ability to the strength above. Like it says, give strength to Elokim. So the concept of Yisron Ha'osa is Afilut Tzadik Chayolamim, that means the Chayolamim is above Hashem, so to speak. Memunaso Chaya gets strength, gets a life force from our Emunah below. That we're Mosif Koach Ba'oz Shalamayla. Tenu Oz Le'elokim. Hanush Mamshichim or Insof B'midos Tatzilus. That we draw down from the infinite light into the attributes of Atzilus. Vezehu Kadesh Li. And that's why it says, sanctify for me, Al Bechor Al Derech Se'u Yedechim Kodesh Uvarchu Es Vehaya. So what does it mean? Kadesh Li means sanctify me, meaning that you below are able to bring a holiness to me above. So it's similar to the pasuk, lift up your hands, Uvarchu Es Vehaya, and give a blessing to Vehaya. It's as if we're blessing and giving and sanctifying Hashem. So what does it mean? Tzaddik be'emunaso yichya, meaning it's giving tzaddik through his emunah, gives life to Hashem. And that's through his belief, which is emunah corresponds with malchus. So that gives life. That draws down into the Zeranpin, from the first three levels that are called life, that Chachma gives life, and similarly we can say the idea of the light that's planted for a tzaddik, that's not the tzaddik below, it's the tzaddik above. And the concept of, or Ein Sof, is called the tzaddik of the world, the life of the worlds. So that's the sowing of seeds, then is sowing light into above from below, that the malchus is me'orer a gili above to be sown into zah from the Gimel Rishonos. Shezara Ohr Hatorah mitzvahs b'knesses Yisrael, that the sowing of the seeds is the sowing of the light of the Torah mitzvahs in the souls of Israel. That through this you have the sprouting forth. And if so, the thing it's a kal v'chomer im tzaddik chay olami memunasu chay. If the tzaddik chay olamim, from his trustworthiness or our emunah, he gets a life. If Hashem gets a life, so to speak, from our emunah or from his trustworthiness, how much more so below in the souls of Israel, that we have to be trustworthy in the way we fulfill the mitzvos. And through this, you'll have the strength of redemption, the concept of Yeshuos. So forth, like he said, Vehaya Yeshua, he Gam Kein LaKadosh Baruch Hu. Now this redemption is also to the Holy One, blessed be He, במדבר במשפטים בסוף פרשה למד בפרש צדיק וינושע. It says Tzadik Vinosha, who Moshiach Ein Bilto, and so forth. Moshiach Ein Ksiv Ella Moshiach Ein Ksiv. It doesn't say Tzadik Umoshiach. It says Tzadik Vinosha Ella Vinosha. Tzadik Vinosha Umoshiach Ein Ksiv Ella Vinosha. So what does it mean? Why does it say Vinosha instead of Umoshiach? Zoki Krovei Shuasi Lavo Yain Sham, and that's why the pasuk continues and says, because my saving, my redemption is close to come. Look over there, Medrash Rabbah Mishpatim, meaning to say that Hashem Himself is saved, and that's why Hashem says, my saving, meaning I'm going to be redeemed. Krovei Shuasi Lavo, that my redemption, redeeming Hashem Himself, has come. Krovei Shuasi Lavo. Because now another pasuk in Yeshayahu says that the tzaddik is gone. So what does it mean that tzaddik avad? That's the blessings that are drawn down from the supernal mother. Bishvil Knesset Yisrael, for the souls of Israel, meaning going into Malchus, the flow from Yisod to Malchus is gone. That's drawn from Mima. That's the tzaddik avad. K'mo shekaz Ohr Hos Aleph Samech Daled. U'kamayimar sharoi below isha, sharoi below bracha. Like the statement, the one who lives without a wife, lives without a blessing. Shenamar laniach bracha el beisecha, like it says to rest the blessing on your house, to your house, meaning to the malchus. When you have malchus, that's when you get the bracha. Perush ha Bezayin Yud Daf Samach Beis of Amid Beis. Maybe in Yaakov. According to this, we can explain the strength of your savings, why it refers to the order of the laws of women, Kikol Inyan Seder Nashim Ulios Shmiras Sabris, because the whole concept of the order of the laws of women is to guard the covenant of the Bris Milah, Shlo Yepegama Bris, Alidi Nashim Hasurim Chulu, that you shouldn't have a blemish to the Bris Kodesh through the forbidden women. It's the concept of Hatzadik Avad, to fix the concept of Or Zarul Hatzadik. Which is we're talking about also here the Galus HaShechina. That the flow to Malchus is gone, so you have to fix that Pagam to the Bris, to the Tzadik Elyon. Vaymash, because of B'inyan Gid HaNashesh, you neged Tes Beis. Loshen Shikha Kinashani Hashem. Look what's brought about the Gid HaNashesh. So the word Nasha is from the language of to forget, I guess. Nashani Hashem is called Amaliv, is called Besavi. So I'm not sure what Tes Beis is. Nashisi Tova, good was forgotten from me, was taken from me. So Gid HaNashe is this concept of forgetting or taking away, being removed from, so like the Gid that was moved from its place by Yaakov. It was Nasha, it was moved and taken away from where it was supposed to be. So to Nashani Hashem, Hashem took away, so to speak, the work. Or I was Nishisi Tov, I was taken away the good from me. Knesset Yisrael Tuenes Vatomer Tzion Azavani Chulu Hashem Shechechani. And so the souls of Israel complain and say, or Taina Azavani Hashem, that Hashem has abandoned me, and Hashem has forgotten me. Adam Nose Isha Lishtochulu. It's like a man who marries a woman on top of the wife he already has. So that's a concept of infidelity or not guarding the bris. It's like rebelling against the first wife. It's sorrow to the first wife. So that's the concept of the Pagam Bris. ולכן על ידי העסק בסדר נשים, שיומשך הייחוד בסתר דקדושה, גורם תיקון גיד הנשה, and therefore the toil in the order of the halachas of women, that you draw down the union into the side of holiness, that causes the fixing of the גיד הנשה. Rather, you'll have instead the covenant of Yaakov. So the Gid Hanasha then is the covenant of Yaakov, meaning the bris of Yaakov, because the Gid Hanasha is this concept of Shmiras HaBris. So instead of us forgetting our relationship with Hashem, like our marriage, instead we have the guarding of the bris. The bris Yaakov against the Gid Hanasha. And I'll remember my covenant. And that's why it says, I'll remember your covenant with you in the days of your youth, and I'll stand up for you a covenant that's forever. Meaning that so instead of nashani, which is forgetting, it's zachartias brisi. I'll remember the bris, and the bris ola, meaning a fidelity to you forever. But it's alone ki knesses Yisrael nikreis isha tia bebechinas biyomahu tikri ishi, and that's because the souls of Israel that are called the woman will be on that day that you'll call me my husband. Verastich li leolam. You won't call me Baali anymore, but you'll call me Ishi, meaning but that the relationship will be with Hashem and not Chas v'Shalom with the Avodah Zarah. And you'll verastich li leolam, and you'll be married or engaged to me forever. Our relationship with Hashem as a wife, so to speak. And that's why it says that the covenant of my peace will not falter. The opposite of a nashani. So if that's the case, then you'll have the concept of tzaddik and the saving, that he'll be saved. That you won't lose these blessings of the tzaddik, that the tzaddik will be saved. But exactly the opposite, the tzaddik will flower like a palm tree, ke'erez balevanon yiska, like a pine in Lebanon. It will grow. And that's also the idea of the strength of savings, the strength of the redemption, Chachmas, the Seder Kachim. And now into another thing, continuing the pasuk. Now the wisdom that refers to the order of the sacrifices of the holy Yishlomar, Dain Kiddushin Ve'eras. We can still say that this continues this idea of Kiddushin, of sanctifying, betrothing a woman, Verastich li erusin. Kiddushin is Verastich li erusin. So it's an engagement, Verastich li leolam. V'das sedetaros bechinas v'yidaita Vehaya. So, and to continue this idea as well, with the next word in the pasuk of Chachmas v'das. So das refers to the order of purities. The concept of the end of the pasuk of Stichli Leolam is, and then you'll know Hashem. So V'yadaita also a language of union. Gam kamosh gazval piazor vayigash taf reish zayin binyan konen shamayim bitfuna. Like it's brought in Zohar on the verse that he establishes the heavens with understanding. Sha'achshav kol el ha'aliyos umochin chadashim nimshach mibechinas chachma. That now all the elevations and the new brains of the new Giloi of the Giloim, of the Partsufim, are drawn to Chachma, Ulasi Lovo Yihya Giloya Keser. But in the time to come, it'll be through Keser. Vidas is Seder Taros, and that's through the concept of Vidas, is the order of purities. So Chochmas Vidas. So you have Kedusha and Tahara. So Kedusha comes before Tahara. Tahara here is higher than the Kedusha. The Kedusha is Chochma, but the Tahara, the Shoresh of Tahara is from Keser. So that's Chochmos Vadas, which is Kodshim Min Taharos. V'zeu David Das Seder Taharos Gamal Idei HaKorbanos Aliyah Milamata Lamayla. So too, through Korbanos, it's an elevation from below to above. Ach Das Hamshach Alamata, but the concept of Das is a drawing down from above to below, the Tara, the union. Lasi Lava. Ordinarily, Lahayale, in Unividas Seder Taros, it also seems to me to awaken the idea of how knowledge refers to the order of the halachas of purity, the Isa, so Perek Beis de Chagiga, Yochanan ben Gudgada, Haya Ochel al Taras HaKodesh Kol Yamav, that Yochanan, the son of Gudgada, would eat chulin, he would eat everything according to the Tahara of Kodesh all his days. But nonetheless, his napkin was still considered tumah of a midrast for korban chatas. Because there's 5 levels of the purity of the mundane food of the food. Chulin, meiser, truma, kodesh chatas. Was the lowest is chulin, the second is meiser, third is truma, fourth is kodesh. That Yochanan ben Gudgada would eat al taras hakodesh, and the highest level, the fifth, is chatas. So that's why he was midras to chatas. In Gimel Rishonim pineged nefesh ruach neshama, in the first 3 levels of tahara correspond, of chulin meiser truma, correspond with nefesh ruach neshama. Chulin be'asiyah nefesh, meiser yitzira truma bebriya. Neshama debina mekanana bebriya, because neshama refers to bina, that bina is established in the world of bria, vihi neshama. V'chein Yisrael, Levi Kohen, Hem Naran, so to Yisrael, Levi and Kohen correspond with nefesh ruach neshama, k'mo shekosu b'inyan mea brachos, like it's brought in the concept of the 100 blessings. HaYisrael nosin meiser leLevi chulu, that Yisrael gives meiser to the Levi and so forth. V'Rashi Tevos Gimel Hanal Hu Kli, and the Rashi Tevos of Kohen Levi Yisrael is a vessel, Kodesh B'Atzilus Chaya, and Kodesh corresponds with the world of Atzilus, and then in the level of the soul Chaya, Chatas, and the highest level of Chatas, Para, is the concept of the Para Aduma. Echkama, Chachma, V'Yirachok Mimeni, that I tried to be wise, the concept of Chachma, but it was far from me, meaning Chachma that's far, Mamshik Chachma Stima, the hidden Chachma, the Chachma that's far away from understanding Bechinas Kodesh HaKadashim, the concept of Holy of Holies. There's Kodesh and then there's Chatas. And in this it says, I will throw upon you the pure waters. So that's again a concept of Tahara higher than Kedusha. V'imkein zehu ha'hefresh bin Chochmas zeseder Kadshim, Bechinas Kodesh, Chochma Kanal. And again, if so, in that context of the 5 levels of Kedusha, of Tahara, so Chochmas is the order of Kadshim of the Korbanos. So that corresponds with the level of Kodesh, Chochma Kanal, like Al Taras HaKodesh. Of Rav Yochanan ben Gudgada, Achen Vidas to say the Taros, but Vidas, that refers to the order of the halachas of purity. So that's a concept of purity that's even higher than Kodesh, like the purity of the mechatas of the Paraduma. That's the highest level of purity.